Okay, so if I can have everyone's attention. So, as I said to you at the start, it's a wonderful opportunity to have two alumni from the art department to come and talk to us. You've seen some really exciting creative journeys there, I think, from both of them, from where they were at the end of their first year, what they were doing in their second year, and then that journey into being degree students as undergraduates. So I think what I will do is maybe I will ask a question, we'll kick start off, and you two can answer it how you see fit, and then I will open it out to the rest of the students, and hopefully we've got some good questions for them to ask. Remember, this is your opportunity, I said right at the start, this is your opportunity to maybe get some answers to questions that you're concerned about right now, or maybe some advice. I suppose my question for you is really about that transition from the end of the second year through to university. Two parts actually, and maybe one of you can take one part each. How much do you feel the second year prepared you? Yeah. And how different was the experience at uni to here?
So I think that in our second year of college, we, like as your teachers were saying before, you have to sort of like be more independent, you have more independent projects, and you begin to let go. And I feel like in letting go, we found that confidence. And I personally found that confidence within finding topics and things that I'd like to explore. So for example, in my projects, I found that the more personal it is, the more I was more motivated to do it and explore elements within it. So I think that sort of helped with my confidence and letting go, and still having that the teachers to fall back on and your peers, and like sort of asking not only your teachers for help, but your friends and peers within the classroom, and just like talking to each other, helping and inspiring each other, which is still something Tazia and I share and still do. And I feel like it really helps. It helps with that independence, but you still have that familiarity to fall back on.
Yeah, I think I agree with the same with Dinana. But I think from this course, what I have achieved is, yes, to work with workshop independently. So that was the thing that I learned, I would say. And it was a key thing for my project, my architecture course, because when you go to the first year, you would think, oh, the tutor is going to help me, the teacher is going to say this, do your things are missing. No, it's not like that. They don't care about how much you do, what you do. It's your responsibility. If you do it, you achieve it. If you don't do it, it's okay. Don't matter. So that was one thing that I've learned. So key thing, workshop. Another thing is I got lots of support from David, Lara. They were like that. Like they taught us so much. Like I always be thankful for you guys. I don't know. I just say to everyone, like I wish I could come back and like do something. But we see our tutors only once a week, and whatever task is given, you have to do for the next week. So it doesn't matter if you don't understand. Ask your peers, ask your colleagues. Yeah. So that's one thing that I've learned. And yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's a big change, isn't it, from
being
with your tutor for the 13 hours.
Yeah. But I think sort of like the first year of university and the second year of university, there's a big jump and a big transition. But I think sort of in some ways, the first year of university is very structured, so you have more help. Kind of like the first year of college.
Yeah.
How you have more structured projects, and it's more teamwork and familiarity with the university environment. And I think college really helped me prepare when it came to like, being very independent and being, more comfortable with the environment in a very informal and formal way. And I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that is similar, I think it's because of the course that we had, I don't know about now, we were giving the same brief, but different roles of, like, I don't know how many people wants to do architecture, how many people wants to be an artist or anything. It's quite a similar thing in university as well. So we are giving the same example. Inara is in a different studio. I'm in a different studio as well. We have different teachers, but we kind of have the same unit, same tasks, same thing, but different projects. So different example. Her project was a lot about building. My project, you'll see, is more about outside and nature and exploring problems. And so that was one of the things I think I liked, and I'm proud that I went through.
Thank you. So let's open up those questions to these guys. Who would like to go first and who has a question? Otherwise I will pick on people. This is where they all go quiet. Who wants to do architecture in this room? And that, I think, includes some level ones. So we've got a few people. Yeah, good. So why don't we start with somebody, I don't know, Eamon, have you got a question for the girls?
What was the best part of uni and the course?
I think apart from the study, I think me and Inanna, we are part of a society. We are a team that organize for our spatial practice in general. So for the BA, for the masters, spatial practice in general. So Inanna has a role of events coordinator. I'm the vice president of that team. So I think what we achieved is, yes, studying at the same time, but engaging with other things that will make you, how do you say, like,
It will help you sort of
develop your skills more and like understanding what happens after you finish your study. Like, what is the first step you'll experience as a worker, as an architect. Yeah.
So it's sort of like, within the society, it's kind of like a mini firm where we organise events. Obviously, due to COVID, we weren't able to organise many events, but we shifted to online. And shifting to online has really helped us develop skills within organisation and sort of know how much of an impact online presence has. So I think like a really good thing like you guys should start doing is when you do work and everything, start your own Instagram, really have that online presence and learn how to present yourself and begin your portfolio at an early time. And I think that really helps.
Like, be confident of showing your work, because you should be proud of what you're making. If you are proud, you can show that to everyone. Be like, look, this is what I made, and I'm proud of. I'm learning stuff, and that's what they like when you go try an interview, I think. So having your website, it also engaging with other things, like any little things, any little experience, like an exhibition, making this, making that. Just be
document your journey.
Yeah.
I feel like that really helps. So when we were in college, we had a student, Chloe, who made a exhibition video where she's like someone exploring the exhibition from like a viewer's eye, and I was like, it's very nice because you have that captured moment like within that time, and I think putting the slides together and presenting the work to you guys really helped me like see how I developed as a person, how my styles developed, and how I have gained more confidence within my work and myself, and just being proud of what you've produced, because that is the journey. You should be proud of your journey.
Wonderful, girls. Thank you. All right. Who else? Come on, guys. Yes, go on then, Miriam.
Why is it that it says at UAL?
I think UAL is very, very diverse.
Yeah.
So you have amazing, you have such an amazing and accepting environment full of all types of people from around the world, and I feel like that like everywhere you go, it's like inspiration visually, you're always visually inspired, and there's always that visual stimulation within, not just the art department, but within different courses. So for me, my favourite is fashion. There you just see all types of fashion like that you wouldn't see, and the contrast between just outside CSM, King's Cross is like, it's very business, and then the second you enter UAL, it's very like, it's a big contrast. You just see so much creativity just the second you enter, it's like blown in your face.
Yeah.
And
Very overwhelming.
you're at the King's Cross site, aren't you?
Yeah.
At CSM. So that must be a really exciting experience to be right in the heart of something as vibrant as King's Cross, and that building, that big atrium.
Yes.
You know, I think that idea of having lots of different creative people around you.
Yeah, it's very like you can see live projects, live things going on.
Yes.
So what you do your project, you can see what's going on in the building. It's not like staying in the studio, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know,
That's-
and sort of like as an architecture student, we're heavily inspired by the immediate environment around us and the context. So for example, the building, you know, for my project, I had an atrium, and I've sort of learned how different courses are organised within the building and how they interact with each other, and how space is like organised to inspire and influence, you know, interaction between all programs. I feel like it's very nice to have that sort of interaction, not only with your own course, but like with the others, and collaboration within the space, and it's very, very nice.
Thank you. Right, who else? What about Rhiannon? Because I know you want to be an architect.
You see, when it comes to your work, do you feel like challenged in the sense of that the work isn't like good enough compared to everyone else's? And then also, what inspires? Well, you've kind of asked that, but like, what inspires like the majority of your projects?
I think that's, you know, it's a very personal question to me, because I think this year, more than the first year, I struggled with sort of like, because I constantly compared myself to most of the students, and that really, like, you can be inspired by other students and not just put yourself down. So you be inspired, see what they're doing right, and sort of like use that as motivation to yourself. But I think really comparing yourself can put you down and be sort of damaging, but you have to ground yourself and have people that ground you as well, and say, you know, this is my work, this is where I am in my education, and I'm learning every day, and it's okay to be where I am, because this is my own journey, and you focus on your own journey rather than, you can be inspired by others, but, you know, don't put yourself down, because either, you know, you think you're not as good as them, but you independently have developed so much yourself. Like, you don't realise how much you learn, but I think that once you've actually produced work and you're into it, the people around you sort of remind you that, you know, you have developed so much and you have grown as an individual so much, so like it's okay.
Yeah, I think everyone has their own potential in somehow. So, example, my challenge was I really was not into softwares. Like, I really didn't like it, because I really like making like by hand and exploring it, sketching, designing. Yeah, so shifting into like computer and softwares was like, how? And when you feel that, I think what you can do is ask your tutors, you know, feel free, can you help me achieve that? Like, how can I do that? So, example, I asked that. My tutor suggested, look, it doesn't matter if you don't learn softwares. You have your own potential, handmade. Do handmade, scan it, trace it over, do a drawing, do this. It's always like, you don't always have to make these beautiful things with lines and, you know. So you have your own potential, so that was one thing. And then once I done it, I had the confidence, like, okay, let me try adding this bit to Illustrator, this bit in software. Once you have that, you see that you will achieve a lot. and I'm glad that I'm still learning. Yeah, so I think Inanna also, like we always have some problems with software. So example, I might be really proud, like I'm really happy with my AutoCAD, but Inanna is really happy with her 3D Rhino. So we always say, Inanna, let's sit down, can you teach me that? Can you tell me how to do this, how to do that? So don't compare yourself. You always have your own potential. You always have something that you're very good at, and that person maybe not. And maybe that person is good, but you're not. So share things.
If I can just ask an extension to that. Good question, Rhiannon, because I think everyone, and I think including us, and I'm sure we've all had moments like this where you self-doubt, that you look at the other person next to you and they're so naturally gifted and they can do X, Y, and Z. And you were talking very openly about that, about judging yourself to the people on the course and losing that confidence. You talked a little bit about, you know, reminding yourself that actually you've got potential and you're there on your own merits, but it's easier said than done, isn't it? So what was the moment for you in Anna? And you said in the second year, not the first year, so you went for a whole first year. What was the moment for you where you realised that actually what you were doing to yourself was holding you back? What did you do to change?
Well, first of all, I think when it comes to like this sort of thing, like it is very serious because it can impact other parts of your life. So I feel like having someone to speak to and to really organise your thoughts, whether it's a tutor, a teacher, or a peer or a friend, to help you really understand what's happening and organising your thoughts and like realising, okay, this is where I'm going wrong, this is what I shouldn't be doing and should be doing, and really have that positive mind. Easier said than done, but really pushing yourself to have that positive mindset of it's okay, I'm still learning, I'm still a student, and I'll keep on learning till the day I die. So, you know, like, I think, as I said before, having your own journey and really accepting that, you know, as long as you love what you're doing and as long as you have that, you know, where you have a goal. I feel like having a goal, like, it's okay not to be sure of the future and what exactly you want to do, but sort of having that, okay, that next goal, where do I need to be at this time? And like, I feel like organisation really helped me with that. So, you know, organising your time and organising how much time you give to certain topics and tasks, depending on the importance and things like that. I feel like all those things really came together and grounded me. As I said, you're on your own journey and, you know, be proud of it because that makes you who you are.
Thank you. That's a really good comment. What I'm going to do